Pamela McCoy Jones from the University of Alberta, head of the Supporting Indigenous Language Revitalization Program. What is the program and what is the purpose of it?
Well, it's an initiative supported by the University of Alberta and a charitable organization called BHP Foundation. And it's focused on, our vision is to support language revitalization. And we envision a future where Indigenous languages are healthy and vibrant, spoken within the home, school, and on the land.
So what made you decide to start this program?
This was an initiative, actually. The foundation approached the university based on an existing program within the University of Alberta. It's called SILR, and it's the Canadian Indigenous Language, Linguist and Development Institute. And it's been running for about 20 years, and it offers summer programs for language learners and different programming in the summer. So they were approached, and in 2021, after a proposal was developed by a number of Indigenous and non-Indigenous scholars at the university and received the approval for the project in 2021. And then I was hired last year in 2021, early in the year, as executive director. So a lot of work went into it, and then it was approved, and it supports some language programming that has been going on at the university and has the capacity now to develop new projects as well.
Is it taught by Indigenous elders or just Indigenous community members?
Well, there's a number of different pieces that are being explored. So how it's done is really kind of a collaborative effort amongst a number of different faculties within the university. So in education, in the Faculty of Arts and the School of Public Health, and also the First Peoples House as well. So there's kind of 5 different areas that we focus on, is on speaking, teaching, knowledge, leadership, governance and advocacy, and sustainability. So there's language programming that is going on that focuses on young adults. There's the capacity to develop programs in community-led language immersion programs. And there's also the opportunity to develop a master's program focused on leaders being able to develop their capacity to support language revitalization. And there's also documentation pieces as well from within the Faculty of Arts. So there's a number of different programs that exist within the university to build the capacity within the university itself, and also focusing on building those relationships with communities that are working on language revitalization and finding ways to work together to build capacity for future language revitalization and development. So it's a number of different pieces kind of coming together, not just one program per se.
Are you hoping that eventually Indigenous languages will be taught inside elementary schools and high schools and stuff like that?
Yeah, so our program, there's a little bit that focuses on the K-12 system, but it's also focusing on developing those networks as well within the K-12. But there's also the recognition that there's a number of really good work already happening within communities, within schools that are working towards developing those programs. So it's really about supporting that work, maybe sharing best practices of what's going on, and kind of having, a multi-focused approach to language revitalization.
And I saw in an article, it said that actually the amount of speakers who are able to speak an Indigenous language has increased in the past year, I think it was.
Yeah, and I think, there's a different ways of collecting information, but, we're focusing on developing, and supporting communities that maybe want to focus their community efforts to gather their information. We provide evaluation kind of capacity based on what the needs are of the community. So it's really about starting from that perspective of, interest in working with the university and moving forward to figure out together, how that might work. And each community is so different across Canada.
Well, it's very exciting because all of the different Indigenous languages, they are so beautiful. So thank you for the work you've been doing. Where can we go to find out more information on the programs?
Yeah, for sure. We have Supporting Indigenous Language Revitalization at SILR.ca.